Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
You notice Chris, the admitted drunk driver and bad driver sober suddenly went silent?
Who?
Chris.
Me?
Yes.
Why did I didn't go silent, did I?
Well, I mean, when I picked up the phone to make the call, you'd suddenly gone silent at the mention of drug addicts and compulsive gamblers.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. I would just drive illegally. Who are we kidding?
I'm thinking if this were Russia, maybe you wouldn't be allowed to drive either.
I would hope not. I shouldn't be allowed to drive now. In this
probably
country.
Shouldn't by your own standards. So why don't you just give me your keys?
I would imagine because I'll just drive illegally like I do now. You know, I don't give a fuck. Fuck the rules. I don't even pretend that I follow these laws. I just don't.
You know, the two of you can give me your keys, and Wendell can give me his all his cars that he has in storage. Hey, Wendell, are you a little bit of a hoarder?
Not at all. It's just I like classic cars.
Your car's in storage, and your old bicycle from when you were 10, and your closet full of Christmas presents unopened.
Yep.
By the way, did you get any more?
No, I have insisted that people do not give me stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I've insisted on it.
Well, you know, when you unload all that stuff, you can all move to Saudi Arabia, where they don't allow women to drive.
Right.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. That sounds.
It sounds kind of like you guys are sort of digging it.
Sounds like paradise.
Sounds beneficial.
Yeah, in a land where only men were allowed to drive.
Right.
Oh, that was this country 100 years ago.
What was wrong with it? You say that like that was a bad thing.
Yeah, it kind of was.
You seen these women driving these days? Please.
Now you're going to do like Paul Harvey and tell some story about the woman motorist
driving as her Roadmaster, her Buick Roadmaster.
The year was 1981. There was a woman and an AMC Pacer.
I was reading a book the other day about the early days of auto racing, and you know, back in the old days, talking about early first Indy 500 days. The race car drivers would drive with a riding mechanic that would ride along with them, and you know, like wipe off the windshield and fix shit while they were driving and everything.
It was like the Great Race.
One of the top race car drivers of the day was a guy named Ralph Mulford, whose riding mechanic was actually his wife. But whatever equivalent of, you know, NASCAR or IndyCar or whatever back in the day, whatever racing association there was, suddenly came out with a rule that said there would be no women drivers. And, you know, it was the typical, you know, ignorant bullshit, why women shouldn't be involved in racing at all. They also had rules against black people also.
Better by the minute.
Story.
Sounds like paradise to me.
Yeah, I know that. I've been listening to old guy radio for 45 minutes. I get that impression. But the point was, Ralph Mulford actually quit racing for a number of years because they wouldn't let his wife be his mechanic.
So he quit racing?
Mm-hmm.
Might
That's
as
right.
well cut his dick off.
Is that it, Doghouse?
I guess. What do you say? What do you say to two cinder blocks like that? When I was a boy, I worked in a farm for a whole summer just so I could afford this bicycle.
Well, the fact of the matter is that story is 100% true.
So what?
Well, I was making the point.
Someone should have given it to you for free, Dick.
Oh, well, okay. I wish Obama was in the office when I was a kid. I could have gotten a free bike.
You should not have had to earn that bike. It should have been gifted to you by the government.
Yeah, and your dad had an 8th grade education, but he went to the Army and he ended up making a shit ton of money. Obviously, that's a different world now.
Yeah, now you just sit home and you just make as little as you need to because the government will give you the rest.
Because with an 8th grade education, he wouldn't make any money.
You could just keep having kids.
Well, unless he turned into a little white bummer, a little killing machine.
Exactly.
Hail and kill.
Hail and kill.
Fuck you, pal.
Is that Doghouse making fun of my story?
He is.
I'm trying to impart a little wisdom here. Little wisdom.
Doghouse leans a little bit far to the left.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he does.
Do you think so?
Fuck yeah, he does.
I think he just likes to play devil's advocate.
I think he would be a community organizer if he could.
I don't get that impression.
I totally get that impression.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Doghouse leans to the left.
Okay. I don't think so much as your friend John Mahoney.
Oh, no. Well, that dude goes so far to the left, he fucking falls into the right. He goes all the way to the left.
Sure. Well,
but even he is coming around to hating Obama.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. I've noticed a few of his negative comments.
He's just sick of it like everybody else.
It's like, you know what? I can't defend this guy anymore.
You know, if you jump off the bandwagon right now, enough people will forget that you were ever on it.
Right.
That's what a lot of people are doing these days.